you watch your child go from like being interactive and like loving and affectionate and everything, and then he is isolated and doesn't want to be around us, and just like in his own world, he didn't answer to his name. It's really hard. We prayed a lot, and for a long time there were like, 2 or 3 years that we didn't know if he was ever going to come out of this kind of cave he was in.
We were told by a pediatrician that this is how your son's going to be, and say goodbye to the son you thought you were going to have. And he told us,
Yeah.
You just got to give up. And I came home, and we came home, and I'm like, I can't just give up. Like, it's not in me. Like, it's just not in me. So we're going to try stuff. We want to get our kid back, and that was the goal.
Count to 10 in Spanish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very good. Even good pronunciation.
So Christian was originally placed from the school district in a preschool. And there was a situation where he was at school, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, and they actually pinned him down and put his face in the dirt at the playground to try to get him to do what he was supposed to do. And then after that, I'm like, he's not going back there anymore. So then here we are in a situation where that's the public school, and that's the school that is supposed to be taking care of our son because he's on the spectrum and has a learning difference. And then where do we put him if he's not in that school?
So when we went to Stoneybrooke, we decided to try, and we just prayed like a lot, like, God, please, this is the right place for him. Like, we think this would be amazing for him. And if he doesn't go there, we didn't know what we were going to do. Mm-hmm. And then we had our interview with Sherry, with Miss Whirl, and she was so awesome.
She played cards with him. She's like, he's delightful, he's great. There's no reason why he can't be at Stoneybrooke. And we had a full-time shadow that was going to come with him. She's like, let's give it a try. And she did. We were so relieved, and we're like, this is perfect. He'll be in a place, he's a safe place. And we knew that if he went to Stoneybrooke, he'd be in a safe place. He'd be around people who love him,
kids,
care for him, and like, it's like our family. It was like the best thing you could ever do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Christian, what do you do with Alexis at home? Name a game you play.
I play
The personal side of Christian didn't come for many, many years. His parents said, it's gonna take a lot to get him to speak. You might get more out of him if he writes, but both were very hard for me to get him to even write, to reflect. There wasn't an abstract side. He was very black and white. Everything was just as it was. But if I could get him to laugh, or I could get him to think of something in a more personable way, I think that Christian would be like, okay, I trust my teacher, Mr. Harrison, and I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna work through this. I always told Christian, like, you're gonna do something incredible one day. Like, you're very particular about things, but you're also very business-minded about things. He's really mathematical. I saw him grow in his faith in my class. He's ambitious and driven and wants to do his best. And I knew that one day he's gonna do something incredible in the business side of things, or like computer science and things like that. So that's CEO, that's Christian.
Mr. Harrison's like a man of God, and he just represents that to them at the right time in their lives. Mm-hmm. He genuinely cares about each and every one of the kids he teaches.
We as teachers, we teach in the class, but it's so much deeper than that. What we do as teachers is outside of the classroom, and it's a spiritual journey, and we want them to be lifelong learners.
And that's why I think Stoneybrooke is so special. You're taking them somewhere else where you're feeling 100% comfortable that they're getting filled with Jesus, they're getting filled with the right education, and they're surrounded by good people that love them.
Honestly, he's like the biggest role model of what God wants us to be. I am really grateful for everything he's done for me and my family.